All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Today we would be discussing another very important topic which is been asking in the UGC NET exams as per the new syllabus, which is Indian logics, or we can say pramanaj. Indian logic or pramanas means the way of acquiring the knowledge, the means of knowledge or way of acquiring the knowledge as per the Indian philosophy. How do we acquire the knowledge, or what are the ways, what are the methods we have to acquire the knowledge? So, as per the Indian logics, we have a six base of acquiring knowledge, which we call the Indian logics or pramanaj. So, today we would be discussing what is the meaning of those pramanaj, and if the questions would ask in the exams, because every year 2 to 3 questions would be asking as per the new syllabus. So, today we complete the topic Indian logics. So first Indian logic of pramana is pratyaksh, which is also known as perception. So first method of acquiring knowledge is pratyaksh or pratyaksha, that perception. Through a perception we can acquire the knowledge. Perception, that means with the help of a sense organ, like through perceive, through eyes, nose, or I can test something, or I can recognize what it is. So through a perception, I can recognize something, or I get a knowledge. Suppose if I take an example, the weather seems like a very salubrious. So that means I can recognize that the weather is very salubrious with the help of my eyes. If I can test something, I can say that whether it could be a good or not. So through our sense organs, I can perceive something directly or indirectly, or I can say that means what does it mean. I can perceive something, I can gain the knowledge about the object or about a person or about anything else with a through sense organ. So which is known as a pratyaksh. Second Indian logic, second pramanaj is anumana. Anuman, or that means inference. How do I get to have a inference about something? Suppose if I have a knowledge, if I have a previous knowledge of anything, so in a future or in a later, if I get to see something, if I get through something, I can recognize it. So that is the inference of it. It depends on a previous knowledge. If you give me the example of something, so as per my previous knowledge, I can identify, that means this is the inference of it. So which is known as a anumana. That means I can guess as per my previous experience. Suppose I met a man 2 years ago, or that means I got learned something from him. If I meet the same person, I can inference is that means this was the same fellow who taught me something. So I can, of course, with the help of my previous intervention, previous experience, I can inference something from that. So this is the second term by which I can get a knowledge, which is anuman. Third one is upaman or upmana, that means comparison. If we do make a comparison of a one object with the another object, then also I get a knowledge. Suppose if a one objective is good, that means, or it has a if I take on a particular scale or parameters, it has 80% the parameters belong to the perfect area. The same parameters, if I do compare with the other object, maybe it would be perfect at the parameters of 60%. So I can make a comparison of a one person to another person, or if I make a comparison of a one objective with the another object, surely I do get an idea which is better than, or who is better than the others. So if I do make a comparison, then only I can make which is the good. So whenever I do make a comparison between the two objective or two person or two things, with the help through which I also can get a knowledge, which pramana known as a upmana, ya upma, which is known as a comparison. Now fourth, which is very very important, arthapati. Most of the time actually the questions been asked from the arthapati, because it is a little confusing with the anumana. So I do make the clarity between two, anumana and arthapati. Arthapati, that means the postulation or implications. Arthapati, that means the postulations. I do because of something, I do make a guess. Suppose if I take an example, if I found a man who is very fatty, Suppose if I found a man who is very fatty, or the man is not eating in the day, so as per that I can understand that means he may be eating in the night. It is not mandatory, it is a circumstantial. He must be eating in the night or not. It is not mandatory. If I take one more example, suppose someone knocked me. If I feel that means that someone knocked me, or that means I thought that means it could be my friend who is locking to me. But it can be another one also. But I'm comparing, that means I'm making the postulation. Postulation means a kind of theory, a kind of implications I do have. Because of it depends on the circumstances. Sometimes I may have a misperception, that means that somebody is not locked, even I perceive that means that someone locked my door. So this is a kind of arthapati, that means the postulation. But in case of anumana, if I do comparison, anumana, that means I have a fixed circumstances. If I say, if I found a smoke, like, so I can inferences it, I can anuman, that means as per the smoke, there must have a fire. There must have a fire. Then only I do. Suppose someone is score good in the exams, so that means as for the score I can anuman, that means he must do well in the exam, or he must do well in the exam, or she did study well, really well. So anuman, where we have a surety or the certainty, then I can go with the anumana, inference age. As for the correct informations, as I said you, that means there must be a fire, then only I would get to see the smoke. So anumana, that means the surety or the certainty. But in arthapati, that means it could be or it not. That means I'm just as per the guess, or it is a circumstantial. It could be happen, it cannot be happen, which is known as a arthapati. That means if I as I took an example of the man actually who is getting fatty, but he's not eating in the day, so I'm supposing he must be eating in the night. But this is also possible, neither he is eating in the day nor in the night. That could also be possible. So here that means it could be or not be. So I'm making a postulation that could be correct also, that could be incorrect also. That means so sometimes uncertain also. But in case of anumana, that means it is a sure that would happen, the surety. So that is the only difference between the anumana and arthapati. So these are the fourth. Fifth pramana is anupalabdhi, anupalabdhi or abhav, which means non-apprehension. So that means because of absence, because of not having something, I do understand something, I can acquire the knowledge of something. Suppose if I take an example, there is no teacher in the class. So that means because of the absence of the teacher in the class, I do understand something, I gain the knowledge. If I take another example, that means there is no key in the key box. So because there is no key in the key box, I get a knowledge, that means there is no key in the box, so that I cannot open the door. I need to wait for that, or means I need to wait for the key. So that is also the knowledge I'm getting. So anupalabdhi or abhav means whatever the knowledge I'm getting, not having something, because of the absence of something, which is known as a anupalabdhi or abhav. So as we are getting a knowledge by having something, the same manner or likewise we are also getting a knowledge because of not having something. So which is known as a anupalabdhi, abhav, or non-apprehension. Now last one, which is a sab or verbal testimony. That means if I am getting a knowledge through a verbal testimony, that means by a word to mouth, if someone told me something, then also I can get a knowledge, or it could also be with the help of written text. Suppose our Prime Minister Narendra Modi told us something. So that means I get the knowledge through her narration, through her like words. So that is also the medium to acquire the knowledge, the sabda. Because in the like ancient time, the kings, they were addressed the people. So whatever they told to the people, actually we could get the knowledge. So which is known as a sabda. So through the word, that could be the verbal also, that could be the written, we are getting the knowledge. So which is known as a sabda. So today we do cover the theory part, or the general introduction of the Indian logics, which is known as a pramanaj, the means of knowledge. So as per the Indian philosophy, we have of 6 ways through which we can get a knowledge, like a pratyaksh, a perception, through second one anumana, through inferences, where we have a 100% certainty. Next we have a upmana, that means making the comparison of one things to the another. Then we found out which is the good. Arthapati, that means because of the postulations, because of my guess, because of the implications. I do have a knowledge. Next one is Anupalabdhi, Abhav, non-apprehension. Last one is Sabda, throw the word. So that's how we do cover the theory part. And in a further class, we go with the questions which have been asked in the last year in the NET exams. So thank you for watching.